The youth saves Inter. Congrats. Very, very happy for Valentin Carboni, who scores Inter's winner. Inter beat Urawa Red Diamonds 2-1. Inter's first win in the Club World Cup. We'll take those. We'll take those. Come on. It was needed. 3 points that are needed for Inter to try to qualify to the next round. They're at the top of the table with River Plate, and they are playing River Plate next. So there's already talk of Inter doing a biscotto, as they call it in Italian, with River Plate. It's just sort of a under the table agreement to just draw the game so both teams can qualify and both teams can get the I think you get like 6-7 million euros just to qualify to the next round. You know, there's a lot of money in this tournament, which is why Inter, Chivu, everyone is trying to take it seriously. But before we get into the match reaction, make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So let's get into it. It's pretty much very, very similar vibe to the Monterrey match, but even more in terms of complete domination from Inter, in terms of possession, momentum. I mean, look at this. The momentum was absolutely ridiculous. Just 3 bars of momentum in the whole game from Urawa Reds, according to FotMob. From SofaScore. Let's see what FotMob says. Yeah, I mean, 82% possession, and we've never even had that in Serie A against the poorest Serie A team. So it kind of shows what type of game Urawa Reds tried to play. And even Chivu said he was expecting a little bit more going forward from Urawa Reds, but they decided to park the bus, the ramen shop, the anime store, the everything in front of their goal. And it almost worked. It almost worked until Carboni won the game for us. And of course, what a goal from Lautaro Martinez. Amazing goal that I think is going a little bit underrated because of the fact that, he didn't really celebrate it properly, but that kind of overhead kick, amazing. Yeah, Captain Tsubasa anime watchers would be impressed with that. That was straight out of that football anime. In Italy, we used to be called Ollie e Benji when I was growing up, but in the English-speaking countries called Captain Tsubasa. But yeah, bit of a change, bit of a different vibe from Christian Chivu this time around. I'm not going to say same Inter old same old Inter like I did in the last video. There was definitely some changes that Christian Chivu was trying to implement now. He has admitted that, this tournament isn't the one where he's going to try to implement his ideas and try to teach anything new to the players. He's continuing with the same concepts and ideas from Inzaghi, trying different little looks and formations that we've seen yesterday. It was basically, on the paper it says it was a 3-5-2, but really look at Zalewski. He was even higher than Lautaro in terms of his average position next to Sebastiano Esposito. It was definitely more of a 3-4-2-1 than a 3-5-2. But Zalewski did try to come in and help out defensively as well, as you can see here at times. But it definitely was more of a Aslani Barella pivot midfield. Aslani slightly deeper than Nicolo Barella. But look how high Luis Enrique was. Very, I'm interested to see actually one thing that I barely saw Di Marco and Luis Enrique involved in the build-up, but that's probably due to how low and how deep Urawa were playing. Look at that, they're barely even above the halfway line here, barely any pressing. So maybe that's why, like Luis Enrique, I don't know if even he had a touch in around these areas here really. So it's a very difficult game to kind of tell what Christian Chivu's ideas are in a game like this. But we know that some games in Serie A will look like there's not as bad as this in terms of complete domination. Even on a good or like a bad Serie A game where a team will give you the ball, Inter will probably get about 60, 65% max, 83, 82. Like that's unseen levels of just letting Inter have the ball. But fair play to Urawa. They almost got the job done. I'm not sure why Christian Chivu substituted Zalewski so early at halftime for Mkhitaryan. That was a little bit confusing. Esposito, definitely, he didn't really do much. But what did you guys make of it? I thought, I watched it today, so the day after the live, and I saw the reactions on Twitter, and I feel like it was kind of overreaction. Like I know the kit, I can see it. The kit definitely gives those Banter era vibes. You know why? It reminds us of the kit on the Mazzari. Let me see if I can quickly find it. the baseball kit from the Mazzarri era. Let me see if I can find that image of the kit. Is it 20? No, let's do 2013, 14 maybe. I think. Oh no, season after. Yeah, it's the season after this. Then 2014, 15. Yeah, it's giving these vibes, especially from a distance, because the light blue or the really pale blue that they've chosen is really, really light and very thin. And it gives these kind of accent colors. So from a distance, it really looks like this kit as well. So those those Banter era vibes that people are getting, I can see it. But then now I'm also seeing people are saying Luis Enrique is the new Dalbert. You know, this team is just gonna go straight, you know, out of Europe. Like, calma, guys, calma. Like, Christian Chivu has a lot of work to do, guys. You can tell even in the post-match interviews. Bastoni, Lautaro, they're all saying, you know, the team is struggling physically. Mkhitaryan also said it, physically, but most importantly, mentally, after this long season, and of course the big punches in the gut that were the loss in the final match day in Serie A, and of course the Champions League loss. Mkhitaryan said it, not 100% yet, but getting there. So again, it's not a pre-season, but I think for Inter, for Chivu, it's like a competitive, let's call it like a competitive pre-season. You know, the team, and there's not much you can do. You can't really improve the fitness level of this team right now. Like, we're playing competitively, so you can't even do anything about that. This is still the continuation of Inzaghi's tactics and their physical preparation under Inzaghi and his staff. So Chivu in the next few weeks and months is going to have to do a big work mentally first on the players, you know, to get them re-motivated, re-energized, get going again for next season. So I really am not going to judge Chivu and the team and the players on this tournament. All we can hope for and do is really for Inter is just do nice showing, you know, respectable showing, get to the latter stages, maybe get to at least, like, obviously knockout rounds, quarterfinal maybe. And then, as I said, I don't want Inter to be going into this tournament into July. Like, July is already needs to be usually when the players come back, guys. The players come back from their pre-season break usually at the beginning of July, like usually is allowed, if I remember correctly, like between 6th and 10th of July, I think most Serie A teams come back. If we're still playing football by then, guys, our next season we're just cooked already. We cannot have that. As much as, you know, it would be nice to win this Club World Cup, and we can't. I just don't see this team winning this club. Like, you can see them out there. There's no way this team can be winning this Club World Cup in the way that they're playing, with the mentality and their emotional drainage that is at the moment that you can see. But again, I don't really agree with the criticism on Chivu. If you see, I mean, against Monterrey, they didn't have the XG that time. Let me see if I can see it, but it was definitely above 2 XG even that time. And this time round, again, 2.3 XG, and Urawa had only a 0.5 and barely any shots. So what more can Chivu really do? He tried his best. He did his substitutions were on point. All the substitutions had an impact. Mkhitaryan and Pio Esposito, we got to see. I'm happy for him. Definitely was one of the players that I was looking forward to seeing. Carboni, very, very happy for him, man. Very, very happy for Carboni. 8 months out, guys, as Chivu mentioned, and Carboni afterwards. In October, Marseille, when he was on loan, got his ACL injury, hasn't played even youth football after that. I'm very happy for the kid. And nicely taken goal. I mean, let's have a quick look at some of the highlights of the game. Di Marco mistake leads to the Urawa goal, and then Carlos Augusto, very uncharacteristically beaten 1v1, gets nutmegged by the guy, who then crosses in the middle. Maybe Luis Enrique slightly sleeping on the far post, could be helping Darmian a little bit better again. Needs to do better, but again, guys, new Dalbert, I know, is Ligue 1 fullback, Brazilian, lots of PTSD, but let's give the guy some time. Let's give him a chance. But yeah, overall defensively, Inter could have done better here. One shot, one goal. But then especially first half, we definitely created enough to get back into the game. I think this one was the Aslani running behind, combining with Zalewski, crosses it in. Lautaro hits the crossbar. Second half, which one is this? Barella crosses it into the middle. Oh, Di Marco hits a very nice hit, just over. And then, yeah, Lautaro's goal is just amazing, just unreal. Goal straight from a corner kick. Like, the technique, the timing to do that is just out of this world. Let's have a look at that. Crazy. And then let's have a look at the winner. Cross in from Bastoni. Sucic hits it. I know Esposito's being given an assist for it, but I'm pretty sure he knew nothing about that. Not sure how he got given. He must have just got like a touch by mistake there. But then, yeah, Valentin Carboni, lovely finish with his weak foot, by the way, into the corner. He was kind of floating, and when he came on, Carboni as a right wing back. But let's have a look at the average position when he came on. He is 45. Okay, so yeah, he was coming inside. So I guess we probably changed it to kind of like a 4-4-2 maybe. Afterwards, Carboni kind of being a right winger, Darmian going to right back, Bastoni as a left back, Mkhitaryan left mid. Esposito trying his best to just be the big man bully, but definitely this wasn't the game to judge Esposito in. He's also coming back from injury. I'm hoping to see Esposito in the next game against River Plate, hopefully even as a starter. I wouldn't mind to see a 3-5-2 because it looks like Thuram won't be able to return anytime soon for this tournament. A 3-5-2 with Lautaro and Esposito up front. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And more Sucic as well. I'm so surprised to see only a little bit of Sucic. I want to see more of Sucic for sure. But let's see how in terms of Chivu moving forward, how he does. I mean, yesterday, he did show the youth a bit more faith. But again, he hasn't really got much choice up front. There's no Taremi, obviously. Thoughts and prayers with Taremi as the situation keeps deteriorating in Iran. Obviously, Correa and Arnautovic is not there. So Esposito is kind of starting by force. And no Thuram, obviously. So these attacking youth players that have been played are kind of by force. And there's no Frattesi at the moment as well in midfield. There's no Frattesi, no Hakan, no Denzel, no Zielinski. I mean, this is quite a lengthy injury list. So regardless of whether Inzaghi was here or Chivu was here, it kind of was, the hand is a little bit forced here. So we'll see. When those guys come back, I'm doubting that we'll see as much youth as we're seeing right now. But regardless of that, it was nice to see that bit of freshness, bit of different ideas. Carboni tried more shots and more dribbles than we've ever seen Correa and Taremi do all season pretty much. So that was good. And you see it like in terms of the other guys, like I would like to see Berenbrook given more minutes, but he's not being given any minutes in midfield. So I think that points to the fact that if you're thinking that Chivu is going to be like a youth merchant or Primavera merchant, calm your expectations down. And maybe in preseason we might see it, but in this competitive tournament, I think he's been given the job by the ownership and the directors. Try to get as far as we can in this competition. But yeah, what did you guys make of it? I thought it was pretty decent. I don't really understand the whole Banter era thing. Maybe we're just kind of, obviously with the whole Chivu appointment and everything going on, we're not sky high with our confidence and our expectations, which I understand. My expectation at the moment isn't high for next season. Don't think that I'm like thinking that Chivu is going to be. I'm expecting Chivu to be challenging for the Scudetto right now as the mercato is developing. But the performance itself, with Urawa Reds literally parking the bus, the plane, and the train, everything, I thought it was pretty good. I liked some of the different things that we tried. We were trying to be more vertical, more direct, more. Even Carboni said, Chivu told him, "Come on and try to dribble." I don't think we ever heard that Inzaghi ever say that. So we're definitely seeing some freshness and different ideas coming in with Christian Chivu. let's see in the coming games how things go. I'm looking forward to the River Plate game. And definitely can't underestimate these South American teams. They are killing this competition. And I actually hope one of these South American teams and Central American teams, someone corrected me last time with Monterrey, and Central American teams, one of these teams can maybe win the competition and just, humble some of the European teams. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. Carboni, Esposito, both the Espositos. What did you make of it? The whole performance? Ciao ragazzi, always, Forza Inter.